Hey, Lee here with the pull list for May 2nd, 2012, presented by LongboxRadio.com. My personal comic book store, I don't know about you guys out there, but didn't get their Image books this week or Fury Max from Marvel. So, totally intended to pick up Mind the Gap #1, Spawn 219, and Fury Max, but they weren't there. So those will come at some time in the future, and I will have them here when that happens. So, Mind the Gap, to my understanding, is available digitally, so if you, your comic book store unfortunately didn't get it in, you can still read it if you like to buy it on Comixology and whatnot. So, with that aside, what actually did arrive? We have Action Comics #9 coming to DC from DC Comics. We have this is like the job for Superman of Earth 23, and that's of course coming to us from Grant Morrison. So be ready for a mind F of a book there. New book this week from DC of the new 52 line and whatnot. Dial H, definitely picked it up, looking kind of curious about what this book is actually going to be about. So definitely giving a #1 a shot. Speaking of #1s, Earth 2 #1. Taking place, of course, on Earth 2 of the DC universe. So we got all the alternate universe variants of the different superheroes and stuff there. So this should be interesting. Over to Swamp Thing #9. Again, been one of the most consistently awesome new 52 books. Of course, Yana Paquette listed second here. So we'll I don't know if does all the art again, which is something Mike Haynes always complains about on the podcast. So regardless. Awesome, all the same. Another #1 from DC. The World's Finest. We have Huntress and Power Girl, who are assuming the identities, I believe, of Supergirl and Robin. Something to do with Earth 2 and whatnot, so we'll check out that. Of course, this has their new costumes, and Power Girl's new costume, not so popular amongst us here at LBR. Over to Dynamite, The Spider #1, coming to us from David Liss, who I really enjoyed on, I believe, Black Panther from Marvel and some other stuff I've read of his. So looking forward to this. Saw it in a preview book, and based on that, was looking to pick it up. I read The Shadow earlier last month as well from Dynamite, and the problem with Dynamite is they do too many tie-ins and stuff to their book, but their running titles like this are usually pretty good. So I'll let you know what that's about on LBR 28. Amazing Spider-Man Ends of the Earth from Dan Slott, of course, and this is 685 going on here. We have Silver Sable and Black Widow teaming up with Spider-Man there to take down the Sinister Five, I believe it is now. Going over to Avengers Academy, which would be some kind of AVX tie-in, as the banner would let us know. This is #29 from Christoph Gage, and there it is. I've enjoyed that book thoroughly, but it's not for everyone, and I understand why. AVX Round 3, here we go. Issue 3 of Avengers vs. X-Men. We got Cap and Wolverine sparring on the front there, and presumably this is the one where Wolverine will maybe change sides. Who knows? Again, I admittedly did not like the second issue of this. The first one, it was mostly just the preview book, but I did enjoy Versus, which is coincidentally sitting right here. So as far as which one you should pick up, if you're looking for a little bit of story element, pick up this one. Otherwise, just go with this. This is what you want. This is just, a member of the X-Men, a member of the Avengers just beating the crap out of each other. So, or buy both. Just go crazy. Daredevil, really like this cover this week. This is issue 12. This is the second Daredevil in so many weeks, actually. We had issue 11 last week, so there it is. Looking forward to what we get next coming to us from Wade in that book, because of course the Omega Effect thing is over. So, Defenders coming to us from Matt Fraction, of course. Always some pretty neat covers on this book. It's a very quirky book as well, and I highly recommend it if you want something a little different from the Marvel universe. Looking forward to reading this one. Actually, I do enjoy me some Defenders. Over to Invincible Iron Man, another book from Matt Fraction. That the guy's just Matt Fraction is one of my favorite writers over at Marvel. Just his books, like Iron Man, I know me and Mike have disagreed on this before. I've really enjoyed every single issue of Invincible Iron Man that dude has put his name on. Just the feeling of cohesion between all the characters, and how, if you've been reading it for the last, at this point, 2 years, it just feels like I'm watching an episode of my favorite show every week, and that's kind of how I want it, or every month in this case. But this starts the Iron Man No More, Long Way Down story arc, in which Iron Man's he's in tough place. He might have to give up the suit. Uh-oh, this is it. This could be the end of Iron Man, people. Ultimate Spider-Man #10, we have Prowler beating on Miles Morales on the front there. Prowler, of course, being Miles' uncle, spoilers. And there's going to be some blackmail going on in this issue, so looking forward to it. Ultimate Spider-Man's been awesome as well. Venom, another book I really love from Rick Remender, of course. Got kind of back to what it was all about in issue 16, hopefully continue it here in 17. Awesome. And, of course, the much hyped from Valiant Comics, of course, this will be the summer of Valiant, believe me. Exo Manowar #1, coming to us from Robert Venditti. issue 1, of course, there. And big push, big PR push for this book, whether it be on Twitter. I know people who run comic book stores were getting calls from Valiant being like, hey, you sure you got enough and whatnot? So from what I hear early reviews, this book is very, very good. Will it, whatever else Valiant has coming out this summer, we'll get to see if it truly is the summer of Valiant. But I'm looking forward to reading this. Of course, if you remember the late 90s at all, you might remember X-O Manowar was a very big character. There was crossovers with the Marvel Universe and whatnot, so a neat character all the same. So curious to see what happens here. So that is the books for this week. Not a huge pull list. Would be a little longer if those books that didn't show up had. But regardless, all the same. This weekend is Free Comic Book Day, so head out on Saturday. Bring your kids, bring other people's kids. Go grab some free comic books, maybe buy something while you're there, and get into comics. And of course, Avengers is out this weekend too, so you could just have a Saturday that's just comic book stuff. You could listen to Kirby Crackle on your way to the theater. You could read comic books while you wait in the theater before the lights turn down and whatnot. You got just Avengers all up in your weekend. So that's awesome. We'll see you again in LBR 28, which will be recording sometime this weekend, and we'll get it out to you. See you later.